Okay, so 4 sessions. I thought about it like one of the things is that I've been teaching here so long, so much. Like I've ran out of stuff to teach. I've been coming in this building for 8 years, been touching on a little bit of everything. One of the things was design. Another thing is marketing, right? So you gotta, the design part is the creativity part. The marketing part is marketing yourself, but it's creativity in that as well. So we had this new thing called artificial intelligence, which isn't really new, but a piece of it is new, right? So the part that we know about is the large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplex. There's so many different ones. Those are like the top three. And then we talked about the, I called it creative hustle, but I don't know if that's a good term. I mean, side hustle. I don't know if that's a good term or not, but that's what I called it. And within that, I kind of talked about mindset and belief systems. Why did I talk about mindset and belief systems? Because out of all of the classes that I've taught over the years, I come to find out that people have a hard time executing off of their ideas or have a hard time um, following through on things that they want to do. So I felt like going over mindset, belief systems, and kind of digging into that and having people kind of think about that. We didn't really have a big open discussion about those things, but I did kind of go over that. And then I went over purpose mapping, right? So purpose mapping is kind of aligning your brand, aligning you with your mission, your vision, and your purpose. Like, what is it, right? So I got into SMART goals, and that's kind of the SMART goals is just an acronym for being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Time bond. I think it's just being very specific on when I'm gonna launch, what I'm launching, how do I know if it's a good launch or whatever it is, and did I achieve what I tried to do? And I don't even think it needs to be like a launch. It could just be like, let me set up my website. I got my domain name. Okay, check. I got my Squarespace. Okay, check. I've put my landing page on there. Okay, cool. I promoted it. Okay, cool. Now I need to go back there and I need to go back and change it. I made a comment about the iPhone. The first iPhone, and then we had another iteration of the iPhone, and it was the 2.0, iPhone 3, iPhone 4. We up to iPhone 15 Pro. We got the iPhone Pro Max. These are just different iterations of them upgrading a better version of the last one. You're gonna do that with all your stuff too. You're not gonna go into Squarespace and make one landing page and that's gonna be it. You gotta go back in there and change it and fix it and update it. I need to add this. I need to take this away. This not right. Let me keep. It's not like a one size fits all type of thing. So the next thing was today was me getting into like content creation, planning, consistency, the content calendar, and all of that stuff, and building engagement, growing the community, testimonies, and all that stuff. And I think I was like, we kind of know about creating high quality content. I talk about that all the time. We kind of know about engaging the audience. We know about leveraging our social proofs, our testimonies, and all of that stuff. I mean, I can't get into some of this, but I thought like I kind of pivoted from this idea because I was like kind of looking at something that I was looking at last night that kind of gave me a aha moment. And one of those things was, which will I close this down? Where's my notes at? Um, I was looking at this book by Alex Hormozi, and Alex Hormozi has a book called 100 Million Offers. So I jotted down some notes because I felt like this book is probably the only book you need to read at this point. that's gonna really breaks down. Man, this I don't think this starboard's supposed to be this hard. Don't it supposed to be able to? Man, I'm
But they do
cool.
have some tree, but that might not be one. That might be one of the original ones. But you know they got the tree.
So Alex Hormozi started some gyms, fitness gyms, and he did a whole lot of them. He lost money, he won money. He started like selling the gyms. So he started like something called the acquisition, I think he called it. So what's an acquisition? An acquisition is basically selling the business. So the book is the $1 Million Offer, and the top three ideas within in this book is picking a good market. That's number one. So I want to piggyback and say, like, everything I say, every note that you put in here, you're going to follow up inside of ChatGPT, or if you old school, you can go to Google and or the library, and you got to pick a good market. Number two is providing a unique value offer. A unique value offer. So it's got to be unique value, and it's an offer, right? The offer to me has to sit somewhere. Where's the offer sitting? Offer is sitting on your web page. The offer is sitting on your web page because that's the quickest way somebody's going to come in. We ain't here, my guy. How you feeling?
Wow.
What?
How you doing?
I'm good. Now as you here, you know, I need some more men in this class for support. The ladies be trying to take over sometimes. It's cool. You just in time. I know black folks be a little late, so no, I appreciate you coming. So it's one of those things like I kind of prep for the class, but I don't really have a long time to prep. Number two is if I'm teaching something that I've already taught before, then I really don't have to prep because I didn't taught it before. So I'm just kind of going over it again. If it's something new, then I got like areas in it that it needs to be massaged and worked. So I'm just kind of spitting out stuff and then I'll look at it later. That's part of the process on why I'm kind of recording this. I'm recording this is because I can look at it in its entirety and be able to fix it and tweak it. All right. So I'm gonna make this bigger so y'all can kind of see it. I guess follow along. So it's a book by Alex Hormozi. It's called 100 Million Offers by Alex. Alex is he's kind of like a YouTuber. He's got a lot of good content, like hours and hours and hours of content. If you consume even a tiny bit of this stuff, it's going to be very beneficial for you, in my opinion. So one of his books that I wanted to summarize some of this stuff. I don't know how far we're going to get into it. Is 100 million offers. So one of the things is picking a good market, right? So picking a good market is it an area where we're going to kind of break down what's a good market and kind of do some research. You're going to look and do your due diligence to find what's a good market underneath your area of expertise, right? Because some markets, the profit margins may not be worth it. Having a t-shirt store in the mall may not be a good market, maybe. It may be a good idea. I got t-shirts, it's in the mall, people walking in the mall, but the profit margins on how much inventory you gotta have, what's hot, what's moving off the shelves, how much foot traffic you getting in there may not be practical for you making some money. You ever went to a spot, they opened it, and you go back next year, they closed again. I mean, they closed, period. They're not there no more, right? So it's like I'm sitting in a coffee shop. If you sit in a coffee shop, it's like one of those things. Like if I open up a coffee shop, like, yeah, I'm gonna sell coffee shop, cool. But you have to research that area and go into coffee shops, see what the prices is. You get your little clicker down there. You sitting there all day and you click your button every time somebody buy a coffee, and do the math and see how many people coming in there, how many coffees they buying, and as they make, how much money are they really making? Because you got overhead costs, things like that. So the brick and mortar space, like maybe, maybe a good market, it may not be a good market. Restaurants don't make money off food. Restaurants make money off the drinks, the alcohol, right? So if you're not selling wine in there, let's just say, you anti-alcohol, having a restaurant may be a bad market for you to be in, right? So I'm gonna give you a list of finding a good market. Good morning. So here's picking a good market has 4 traits. And this is what I thought about too. I thought about, like, I got some good books and I recommend books, and I don't know if people really look at the books, review them or anything. And I know we had a book club, and I was thinking, like, maybe I should have a book club myself on, like, books that I feel like everybody should kind of look at to kind of help them along the way. So picking a good market, it needs to have these 4 things according to Alex Hormozi. These aren't my words, these is his, but I thought these was vital. Number 1, massive pain. Number 2, purchasing power. Number 3, easy to target. And number 4, it's growing, right? So massive pain, it has to hit all 4 of these. And the thing is, like, you could take this template right here, massive pain, where people but need or desperately need what you're offering. So it's where people are, what they need, and what you're desperately need. What are you offering? Purchasing power. People can afford the cost of the product. Easy to target, since you must always be able to reach your target audience, pitch to them, and sell to them. Growing, which it's in the right there. It's supporting people where they're struggling at. So it's growing. So one of the things is, before y'all came in here, I was talking to Brian about massive pain. Massive pain could be somebody that's unemployed, right? If they're unemployed, they're in massive pain. But the problem is, and they're easy to target. So you could target them, and it's growing. Everybody losing their job. So they're losing their job, they in pain, and they're easy to target because you could just say this is unemployment people. But the problem is that they're not hitting off the notch of number 2, purchasing power. They don't have no money. So it's a bad market to be in. So the thing is that, like, you can jump into ChatGPT and type that. You could put in, like, I need to hit these 3 areas. I need people in massive pain. I need them to have some purchasing power, and I need them to be an easy target and growing. And that revolves around, like, the niche and niching down. And that's what I told you about. Like, so niching down is, like, really niching down a lot. 3 main areas to market that exist and that people are really lacking in. And these are the 3 areas. It's wealth, health, and relationships. And I'm sure y'all kind of following, whatever y'all following, y'all kind of hitting this. How am I making money? This is how you make money, right? Mine's is like really, really wealth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in here so y'all can expand what y'all doing, y'all side hustle, and to alleviate, creating a lane for yourselves underneath y'all expertise. Health is a big one, right? We got food. We need to lose weight. This is like a huge target for people in relationships. I kind of talk about relationships in here a lot too. I could be a relationship coach. I could. I could talk about love and relationships. I mean, that's a hot topic. I mean, that topic is crazy. Like, especially if you niche down, like if you just niching down to just men. And, right, so the niche. Well, the thing is, I got it right here. I don't really have no bullet points, but it says start in a proven market leave moonshots and to broken dreams. So what I mean by starting a proven market is when you pull up a market that's a good hot market, jump in that market. You might have I have a lot of people that have a market that's like it's a good idea to them, but is it really a hot market right now in 2024 underneath all of the stuff? So it's like it may be a good idea, but it may not be a good market, right? So niche down, make your offer compelling. And if you look at this little chart right there, you can see time management is too general. You're only going to get $19 for that course because it's all across the board. It's anybody. And you can see how more specific it get. Time management for sales professionals is $99. You could get more for that. Time management for outbound business-to-business sales is $400, but then it's going all the way down to time management for outbound business-to-business, power tools, and gardening sales reps. So it's really specific, and this is what I was telling you about. It's like, you're too general. It's just Caribbean, but can it be single, women, blah, blah, blah. So niching down to that, and you talking to that audience, and then you could get more specific, and then you could target them better. Does that make sense? We on the web. I got this little link right here. Y'all gonna love this. If I click on this, that's gonna take me here. And I found this article, and it's called 88 Weird Niche Ideas to Use for Online Businesses in 2024. Why ain't it a website? Oh, okay. So if you look under here, it's got, there you look at there, traveling niche ideas, solo female travel adventures, right? So creating a blog or platform dedicated to inspiring solo female travelers. Share personal experiences, safety, itineraries designed for women exploring the world independently. That's a super down niche target. Accessibility travels, catering to individuals with disabilities. You see how specific that is? It's not just, that's for people with disabilities. You're going to target them people, find that lane, and they're going to pay more for it because it's specific to them. That makes sense? So if you go down to the beauty, y'all can pull this up, and if you got the internet, pull it up real quick. Lifestyle niche ideas. Home niche ideas, technologies. Tech for seniors, that's y'all. So technology tailored to you guys. That's a narrow niche. And I provide reviews, tutorials, guides for user-friendly devices, apps, and gadgets. So it's not all the apps. It's not all the apps. It's apps and devices geared towards older individuals who may be less tech savvy. I just jump in and just start going. Y'all kind of, some people in here may be less tech savvy. So that's a different type of class. That's a different audience. That's a different delivery. Sometimes it's kind of the same. Some of it's the same delivery. You just changing it up some. Sports niches, fitness niches. Now, again, like when you get fitness for seniors with limited mobility. So it's not just fitness. You got body weight fitness for busy professionals. Remember we talked about, if I came back over here, we talked about they in massive pain. They're easy to target, and it's growing. Y'all was able to pull that article up? If you type in, just go to Google and type in 81 weird niche ideas to use for your online business. You should be able to pull this up.
81.
Huh? 81, yeah. It says 81 weird niche ideas to use for your online business in 2024. This is the website, Niche Hacks. Go to Google and type in 81. If you click down in here, you can kind of see some ideas. If I go to personal development niche, it'll jump down there. Mindful parenting and personal growth, career development for introverts. That's different. I kind of talked about that today. It's not just AI in general, it's AI technology for introverts. Why is that important? It's because I'm able to grow and sustain what I'm doing by myself because I'm an introvert, but I do need a team and I need some help on working, right? So it's tailored towards introverts. It's providing insights, networking strategies, communication skills, and all of that stuff. You'll take whatever your niche is and back it up with research through AI. You got that? Everybody pull this article up? Everybody find that? Almost. Fashion for tall women. It's not just fashion. Boutique fashion, vintage streetwear fashion, time management. So you find where your area is and see if this kind of makes sense, and then you will be able to niche down. Where's your travel niche ideas at? Bam. I like that one too. I think we kind of talked about that too. He was kind of.
No, not so though.
I think we get into a space where we be scared to niche down. We be like, well, I teach everybody. I teach seniors. I teach kids. I teach everybody. You see this right here? It's too general. It's just time management. It's not as valuable. The more you niche down, the more money you're going to make. Especially if they got buying power. This is business to business power tools and gardening sales rep. They got the power. They got the power. The same stuff is, they all got the same. Everybody need time management, but, it's the same thing. So what's next after you niche down is the Grand Slam offer. What is that? So the Grand Slam offer is it's the offer that you present to the marketplace. So it's the products, it's the service available, combining attractive promotions, unmatched value propositions, premium prices, unbeatable guarantees, the payment terms, all of this stuff. All of that stuff is going to be inside of the website. You're going to map all of that out. What's my promotions? Good morning. What's up, my guy? How you feeling? No, you good. You good. You got the heels on. Come in here. Girl. What size heels is those? Got the clear heels on. Got the toes out. What you got on your feet? Oh, my goodness. Did you? Did you? Did you? That could be a market. We talking about niching down. We talking about niching down, being very, very specific. This is a book called The $1 Million Offer, and I kind of pulled up the big ideas out of that book. So we kind of talking about niching down to make a compelling offer, and that's what this chart is right here. So right there, you can see time management is too specific. So when you're trying to reach everybody, it's like you spread it too. It's not narrow enough to charge a lot premium price for it. So you can see as more specific we get down into it, how the cost of it is more. So the thing is like I talked about finding a good market. And one of the things I talked about is start with a proven market. We're gonna leave moonshots to broken dreams. We're going to make sure that this market is a good market because we're going to research it and find out what it is. What's that top market, and that's good. The one thing that I talked about is picking a good market has 4 traits. The 4 traits are they in massive pain, they got purchasing power, they easy to target, and that area is growing. If it ain't a growing area, then that's not a good trait for a good market. If you hitting if they're in pain, they're a good target and it's growing. That example that I gave is people that's unemployed. That's a good market to hit. They in pain. It's growing because people getting laid off. They easy to target because I can say, unemployed people, this is for you. The problem is that they don't have no freaking purchasing power. That's you, Chief. Right up front. How you feeling?
Good. How you doing?
You had a birthday, huh?
Yeah.
You had a birthday. I saw you made a little post. Had a little post. What you get? Did the ladies take care of you?
Yeah.
They did.
I can barely walk now.
Man, I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm surprised you ain't put the Cash App up there. $ me and you. That's good. How old you turn?
I've been around the sun 81 times.
Man, what's the secret? What's the secret?
Mind your own business.
Really? Really? I appreciate it. That's just mind your business, huh? Stay low key.
That's right. Keep your mouth shut and your ears open.
I like that. How do you think about like social media, content creation towards your product, or how you feel about that? Is it a thin line between minding your business, putting too much out there?
It depends on. Some people put too much out there. I mean, you trying to sell something and you putting your personal opinions out there.
Yeah.
And that just turns some people off.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you got to understand. Go ahead.
But don't sometimes that generate money, generate the controversy?
I think you got to be super intentional is what he's saying. If that's your angle. But if that's not your angle, then I feel like it shouldn't be on there.
I know some people I follow, if they're selling anything, even if I purchased something from them before, if they at all let me know that they support Trump, I do not support them. I don't buy nothing from them. I don't
Yeah.
deal with them. I delete them off my page. And
It seemed like they've been in hiding too, but since he missed this assassination attempt, they done came out. No, it's them boost them up. It's them boost them up.
They think he's a hero now.
Man, I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not a Trump supporter at all, but that picture with him with his arm up and then with the flag with the blood up was hard. It was raw. I was like, oh, that's hard.
It was marketed.
Man,
On his collar or his hand, but it's already on.
man, that picture was epic, bro.
Can't trust neither one of them. So.
Right.
I saw.
I trust Biden a whole lot more. Biden will walk in there, they can roll him
You
in.
better trust God.
People jumped on that picture and put them on some T-shirts so quick, so quick.
We was talking about
Cause you could use Printful or Printify, and all you gotta do is just upload the picture, and you don't have to have inventory to sell the shirts. Y'all could do that right now, whatever you got. You just need a marketplace to put it at.
Shoes from that.
I'm talking about other people grab that picture offline and start putting them on T-shirts.
But I'm saying he grabbed that picture offline and he put them on some tennis shoes and he's selling the shoes. Remember how he had the gold shoes?
Oh yeah,
So now he put that picture,
Yeah.
the exact thing that you're saying,
Yeah.
and he put it on the side of the shoes and he's selling them for $1.99.
yeah.
But also there's a picture on Facebook with a packet of Heinz ketchup by his ear.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people jumping on that. So, I pulled this up for people that just walked up. It's a website. If you type in 81 weird niche ideas to use for your online business, this kind of helps you think about like niching down. Not being as general with your niches. I don't know if y'all can see that now, but right. So if you look right here, it's kind of hitting all of the areas. And right here, I talked about like the three main areas of the main markets is wealth, health, and relationships. You touch on any of these areas of marketing, um, the pain points is always going to exist. People always want some money. They always need some wealth. They always need some type of insight on that. People always need to help with their health. And that could be food, that's working out, that's all of that stuff, and relationships. Right. Okay.
You don't have, what about entertainment? You don't think that's big enough to be one of the, those others?
Yeah, it could be. This is just kind of based off of the three main ones. So after you get your your niche narrowed down, you work on your offer. What's your grand slam offer? So a grand slam is, what's a grand slam? Well, in baseball, all the bases is loaded. The player walks up, he hits a home run, and everybody runs in. Yeah. So that grand slam offer is in that marketplace of what products do I have or services do I have available? And I'm going to combine that with an attractive promotion. Unmatchable value proposition. It's like so much value in that. Like it's got to be so valuable. You got to work on that. You got to work on what's the value proposition in this. You're going to take everything that I say, everything that I got up here, and put this in ChatGPT. Here's my niche. Here's my area. Give me some more specific niches. How can I niche this down to somebody that's got the purchasing power? Because the thing is, like, we have opportunities, it's just overlooked opportunities. We all in the space. We all in these spaces. It's just, how can I touch some spaces that I'm really not, that I'm overlooking, right? So like I'm teaching design, but I need to teach design to people that's got some purchasing power. I love y'all to death, but I need somebody with some money, like a high ticket offer. Then you don't need as many clients. You got one client that's paying you $5,000 a month. All you need is 2 or 3 of them dudes, 4 of those dudes, and you making a killing. So everybody not your client, right? So you need to figure that out. You're going to use ChatGPT to help massage some of that, right? So what promotions do I have? Well, it's Christmas in July. I saw that somewhere, right? That's a promotion, Christmas in July. Why wait till Black Friday? I talked about that last week. What's the premium price? Unbeatable guarantee, money back guarantee, payment terms. So here's an example of what Alex had. Pay one time, no recurring fees, no retainer, just cover ad spend. I'll generate your leads. I'll work your leads for you, and you only pay people if they show up. And I'll guarantee to get 20 people in your first month, or I'll get you your first month free. I also provide the best practices from our business like yours. So that's him launching the gym for you. Right? So he'll get the leads. He'll work the leads for you. He'll only pay when people show up. He'll guarantee 20 people your first month. So it's only 3 ways to really grow your business. One is to get customers or get more customers. I talked about this last time. Increase the average the purchase value, and get them to buy more times. How many times they gonna come in and buy? Or you need to get more people. So if you break it down, if you can't increase their average purchase value, you need to get more clients in. So if you posting on social media, you're not posting enough. You got to get them to buy more times. What's the average time they're going to come in and spend money with you? You can ask ChatGPT to stick that in there, right? You can stick that in there and say, I need them to purchase more stuff from me more often. So how many tiers do they graduate up into? You have like what you call a value ladder. A value ladder is, a ladder that they go up. The more they go up, the more value that you get. So you hook them in, and then when you hook them in, you take them up the value ladder. How long is that going to be? Is that going to be a year with me, right? If I got a coaching program, I got 3 months. Then after 3 months, they should get to 6 months. After that, then they get into like a user group and all of that stuff. Like you got the Facebook group, that may be one element of it, right? So the dentist hook you in, he's got a hook, and then he takes you up the value ladder. The hook is the free teeth cleaning. You come in for the free teeth cleaning, and y'all know after that, they're gonna take you up the value ladder, right? It's almost like when you get an oil change, if you get everything they offer you in that oil change spot, your joint may be $200-300. It may say free, not free oil change, but $35 oil change. You need blades. Your light is out in the back. Your filter is this, that, and the other. You're going to get the synthetic oil. It's going to give you more lifetime on this, that, and the other. It's a ladder. It's the funnel that you go, we talk about that all the time, right? So right here, this is the value equation for your Grand Slam offer, right? So you want to increase the top two and decrease the bottom two. So the top two is their dream outcome, what they need, they wish, and what they want. It's a gap in their current reality and their dreams. How much will I make? Perceived likelihood of achieving it. Well, you got to guarantee that they're going to achieve what they're looking for. You want to decrease the bottom two, that's time delay and effort and sacrifice. How long is this going to take? What's expected from me? So you got to figure what that is. Like, I don't know everybody's side hustle in here, but does that make sense? So it's like the dream outcome. What do they want? Well, they don't want to design it. Y'all don't want to design your own logo. Y'all want me to do it. Or you want me to do it for you in like a couple minutes or whatever. Or you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. My cousin called me up. He want a logo. He want to get it on the payment plan. He ain't got a lot of money, and it's got a group of people. They take it too long to do it. So people they want quick, right? So you gotta put that into your offer when you're offering something. So whatever your offer is, it has to have that in there. What do they want when they take the class? That's your dream outcome. What you gonna give it to? What you gonna give them? You can come to this class one time. You're gonna understand AI. It's gonna help you achieve everything you're trying to do. You're going to take these templates that I have, these quick templates that I already sat here and figured them all out and give them to you. It's like a cheat sheet, right? So if I come, where my cheat sheet at? This is the ultimate cheat sheet right here. This is a couple prompts that you could put in that's going to help you generate some of your business ideas. It's a group of people that got a problem and a problem. It's a customer who wants a result, so we use a mechanism. I got a target person, they want to achieve something so they can outcome blank. These little, did I tell you that? Let me close this down. I'm taking phones at the door. I'm taking phones at the door. I ain't say you can have that. I ain't say you can have that. Who else had that? You had your phone up too?
Yeah, but I ain't get a chance. You go too fast, brother. I should have been with you.
Ain't no gatekeeping in here.
Okay, no, ain't no gatekeeping, but it's like a price tier. It ain't gatekeeping, it's just certain stuff is free, some stuff ain't free. The thing is, like, if I'm doing something over and over and over again, then what's the way that I can systemize it, right? So I can put it into a system so I don't have to keep going in there every time. So ChatGPT really has GPTs, and that's your own chat bot itself, right? So you're gonna stick in your contacts in there. It's gonna stick in everything that you got going on in there. So when you stick that in there, you It's right here. These is GPTs right here. This is the marketplace. It's a lot of stuff that's in here already. So if I come right here, you can kind of see all these different custom GPTs. It's not just general, right? So this is a workout, fitness thing. You could put all this stuff in here. So this is fitness, workout, and diet. PhD coach. So in here, this is more catered towards that. So it already knows, the chat already knows what it is. So you can have that for yourself too. So
Like Facebook, they have that one.
they do?
They have one like for travel, for food.
They probably do. Because you're going to put in the common questions and the common things that you want in there. But you could create your own chat too. But you got to have the upgraded plan to be able to do that. So you could create your custom GPTs in there. And all it is just like you sticking some information in there. And it really ain't hard to do because you're going to have ChatGPT help you do it. So you're like, I need to have a custom GPT. Give me some prompts to ask underneath this industry. I need to, people been in here using chat like crazy?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like crazy? You been going crazy in there? Good. So that's kind of the areas, because this is going to dictate the language, right? So I got a workshop, and I don't know if I've really been dictating the language of the dream outcome on why you should be with me, why you should take my coaching program, why you should get into my course, why you should get in my class, why should you, why? What are you going to get out of that, right? And then at the same time, you can't sound salesy. You just got to create content. In the content, you're not selling none of the stuff like your offers. Your offers is just sitting there. When you create content, you create value, they're going to get whatever you got to offer without you having to sound so salesy. Does that make sense? So when you drop something like, oh, she been talking about this for months. She been talking about this for months. Now she finally got something for me to get. I'm going to help y'all out and do it. So right here, it's got the 5 steps to a Grand Slam offer. Identify the dream outcome. He talks about selling gym memberships and its outcomes. Lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Big dream outcome. Lose 20 pounds and decrease the time delay in 6 weeks. So when y'all look at stuff and y'all interested in stuff, look at the language in that. That's all sales. It's alleviating them from something and giving it to them in the quick time. So it ain't just a package, it's the dream outcome too. Like if I'm selling something, if it is a writing course or something, I want to be able to learn how to write real quick and get an outcome in that. I want articles on LinkedIn. It's going to give me some clients. It's going to give me some work to get them to my offer. That's the problem that we have. We all in here have offers. We just haven't built them out, and we don't have the offer sitting somewhere. So it's like when you do sit down and meet with somebody, or let's just say you drop some jewels on Instagram, and then people walk up to you like, girl, I saw that post you made. That was dope, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Can we talk? Can you help me? You're like, yeah, we can talk for 30 minutes, and then the 30 minutes talk, you give them some game, and then that's it. You don't have an offer leading them to like your coaching program because you haven't built that out. The part of understanding, like, we got a list of problems. We could type in ChatGPT and get a list of problems. What's the problems within the niche? So the niche, the people have problems when they're traveling. What's those problems? You got to identify those problems and give it to them. And then what's the solution? Well, the solution is transferring the problems into something. It's a transformation. So right here, I got, it's talking about how to is a simple way for beginners to turn problems into solutions. For an example, in the weight loss space, it's hard, it's confusing, I don't want to like it, I'll suck at it. How can I make buying healthy food easy and enjoyable so anyone can do it, especially a busy mom? It takes too much time. It's expensive. It's, how do I make healthy food for less than the current grocery bill? It's not a priority. It's not a priority to me. My family needs to get it in my way. my family needs will get in my way. So how to buy healthy foods for you and your family at the same time. Right? So the solution, you got to name what the solution is. So you can kind of use ChatGPT again to figure out what these problems are and figure out what the solution is. What's the solution? Maybe it is some coaching. Maybe it's your ebook. Maybe it's, I don't know. It depends on what the market is. Do they have a problem? I mean, I think a lot of it is like tied to really storytelling. So it's like, I had these problems and I figured it out. I'm selling the solutions to somebody else. Yes? Do we have people in here that's like know exactly they niche, they market, or they kind of not exactly?
I think I know. I think I know my niche.
You got to make sure that it's a good market. You got to make sure it's a good market. I kind of talked about the coffee shop. I kind of talked about some areas. It's like, if you don't really have the money, like, it may be a bad market. I think the online product space, because it's not brick and mortar, it's just your time. It's the best spot to be in. I think because of the attention economy and being able to create content without being able to have to pay for YouTube and things like that, I think that's a good space. I think the knowledge product is the best product because you become indispensable. It's only one you. And you have a way of practicing, you have a way of thinking about stuff. I think if you just take take a lot of time to cultivating all this stuff, because there's a lot to go through. Creating a solution through the delivery vehicles, right? So the delivery vehicles, this is kind of like the delivery vehicles right here. Like, what level of personal attention can I provide? Is it one-on-ones? Is it small groups? Is it one of many? That's one delivery, right? You can take a picture of that. You're going to take a picture anyway. You can take a picture.
You need to go back down
You
because you
can-
skipped some from there.
Huh? I know I got right into it. So
Right.
underneath the weight loss, some solutions is in-person grocery shopping. Can I take the clients to the store? Can I teach them how to shop? Personalized grocery lists. How can I teach them how to make a list? Full service shopping. Where can I buy the foods for them? In-person orientation, not at the store. Where can I teach them what to get? Tech support while shopping. So if they get stuck when they shopping, can they text me? Phone calls while shopping, right? So these is the delivery cube, right? So, number one is, what level of personal attention do I want to provide for them? It could be a little bit of everything. It could be, this is the group right here. On Saturdays, it's like a small group. So small group on Saturdays. Number two is, what level efforts do I expect for them to do? The DIY, do it themselves. They figure out how to do it on their own, do it with them, or you teach them how to do it, or you do it for them. Maybe it's a little bit of all three. Number four is like, well, not number four, but the support, right? So doing something live, what environment, what medium do you want to deliver? Is it in person? This is in person. Phone support, email support, text support, Zoom support, chat support. Number three is consumption. Well, not number three. I don't have them listed, like consumption. Is there a recording? How do you want them to consume it? Do you want them to consume it through an audio, a video, or written? How quickly do you want them to reply? Within 24 hours, within 9 to 5, within 5 minutes, within an hour, within 24 hours. 10 times the 1/10 test. If a customer pays you a price of $100,000, what would I provide? If they paid me 1/10 of that price and I had to make a product more valuable than it already is, how would I do that? How could I still make them successful with 1/10 of the price? Stretch the mind in either direction and you'll come up with a wildly different solution. So it's like, if it's a coaching program, what type of program is it? I think the one model is all, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of doing a little bit of all three. Like, I kind of show y'all how to do it. Sometimes I do it with y'all, sometimes I don't. I want y'all to do it on your own. The support is sometimes emails, but mostly y'all just in here. But I got people texting me. I ain't really set this up as like a system, but like if you're going to do a coaching program, which I'm probably going to do. So my thing is, like, I feel strongly about like the online course space, the coaching and the teaching and being there for your customers. You've been quiet. You want to comment on this? You want to talk any other time? You want to talk any other time? You want to talk any other time?
You ran out of words to say.
Is this making sense with everybody? Go ahead. I want you to say. Yeah.
Just trying to fit it with what I know I want to do, trying to see how all of this, like, trying to think of examples that match what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what's running through.
Well, the thing is, like, you kind of need some type of system for this to sit. And I think the system, again, is the website. Some websites have all of this ability in there where you need Zoom, but then it's an app to do the text message stuff. I don't really do the text message stuff, but it is an app where you can send out a text. I think you need to figure out the marketing, how they're going to consume your stuff, how they going to consume it to get in there where you're at. Maybe it's not, maybe this is a product that you're just selling. It could just be a product that you're selling. It could be just purses. It could be like a product. This is more of like a service type of thing. But if it's a product, then where is the product you're going to sell it to them? Like, what's going to make the product? Well, we're trying to make as much money as possible, I think the thing is. So, I think that target, understanding that target and that demographic, that niching down as much as possible is probably where you could figure out how much can I charge for this? Like, I think what the questions you have based off of some of this stuff, you could just stick that into the ChatGPT, right? So if I come in here and I put this in here, so if I copy this is the solo female travel adventures. So I copy that. Then I come into ChatGPT. So I'm going to say I need help. I need help. And I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to say create solutions delivery vehicles. So I'm going to copy that. I'll say I'm going to need help with this niche. I'm going to paste that in there. Oh, not that part. Not yet. I'm going to paste in this. I need help with this niche. So that's solo female travel adventures. And I'm going to put all this stuff in here. So that says create a blog, a platform dedicated to empowering, inspiring female travelers. Safety tips, itineraries, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to put this right here in front. So that's giving it context. And I'm going to say also create I'm gonna say some solution delivery vehicles. Now then I'm gonna say, please ask questions if something is not clear. It's not clear. So it's kind of like this right here is just summarizing the book of 100 million offers, right? So right here where I talked about massive pain, purchasing power, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. So I could come in here and I could kind of copy that, right? So I could say I want to make sure that it's a good market with these traits. I could stick that in there, right? So I like this. It's just really, the thing is that really pulled me to this idea and to kind of talk about this today is I felt like people may not know what their area is, and I wanted to make sure that we really narrow down what the niches are and what's a good market and understanding our offer and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna, I kind of put in a kind of like a niche right in here in ChatGPT, and I gave it a little context, and I also wanted to create some solution delivery vehicles. So you can figure that out, because it's like, what delivery vehicles am I gonna have for my niche for this? What do you mean 24-hour support? What the heck is that? Right, so I'm gonna hit that and see what I get. So the blog platform, the name, the logo, website, content categories, personal stories, safety tips, itineraries, travels, interviews with guests, engagement, community, forums, groups, you got that, newsletters, affiliate marketing, partner with travel companies, you do all of that stuff. Here's the delivery vehicles. A mobile app, develop a mobile app. Maybe it's one that's already developed. Workshops and webinars, online courses, travel retreats, podcast series. This is the content right here. You don't have to do all of them, but you should do some of them, something. Remember, the workshop, the podcast could all be the same thing. Content marketing strategy, SEO is search engine optimization, social media presence, where collaborations and partnerships. That's reaching out to your top 100 people. Email marketing, I already talked about that. We talked about not liking the website. Well, social media, the goal of social media is to get off of social media. It's to take that audience, take that algorithm and create your own. Right, so with the email list, getting that audience onto your email list, getting them into your funnels, all of that stuff. Is the goal of social media. So you see what I did? Was that easy? It knew exactly what. It didn't even ask me no questions. So then I could come in here and then I could say, so then once it knows me, then I could come in here, let's just say I had another idea for a different niche. Then I could just say, accessibility travel resources. Cause I got an uncle, I got people that's like that's got sick and got Cancun reservations. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they had to almost like cancel. I saw 2 cases where people got sick in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say here's a different niche. I'm gonna paste that in there. I'm gonna say, is this a good market? I stuck it in there. I asked it, was it a good market, and what's the purchasing power? Unserved market, growing in demand, economic impact, the annual disposable income for working age adults with disabilities is over 490 billion. Oh, travelers with disabilities often prioritize accessibilities and are willing to spend more on services catered to their needs. See how that's different than just people traveling. You targeting them. They got purchasing power. They got pain points. They got all of them 4 areas up at the top that I talked about. They in massive pain. They got the power. They easy to target, and it's growing. Anybody think that they too general with their niche? You?
I don't know if I'm too general. I think I have a few niches.
Mm-hmm. You see how hopefully that list gets you to, you see how narrow this niche is though? See how narrow it is and see how much spending power they got? You can focus on that and target them. It's so easy to do, it's crazy.
So can you say that the information you get from AI is 100% correct?
No. I ain't gonna say it's 100% correct, but if I go to it's great. It's you could back it up. It's just giving you an idea. It's like you ain't getting no help from nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I get like on perplex. Like I could take the same thing. I'm gonna take the same thing right here. I'm gonna come over here. Then I got another perplex. I like perplexity. Perplexity kind of scrapes the internet. So if I stick that in there, it's gonna back it up with internet sources. ChatGPT is a large language model. Perplexity is kind of giving me like sources, but it's scraping it. It's scraping the internet. You could tell ChatGPT could do it too, but you got to tell it to give me some matching articles. So if you really want to dig deeper in there, then you could just dig deeper in there. Give me some case studies, give me some matching articles, give me some websites, give me some stuff, and then I think you just test it by creating content and hitting those targets, right? My uncle he's newly disabled too, so he ain't too happy. He ain't too happy. He used to pimping and pandering, so he ain't too happy in his current state. So traveling, he's not used to traveling like that. He's got to get the cart, you know what I'm saying, and drive him up there, and then when he gets to the vacation, he's got to get the cart there and back. His mobility ain't the best. So he needs all of that lined up. So I'm just kind of using her area. Your target is what?
People with troubled backgrounds.
That's too general. You see how, right, so you got to dig.
Teenagers with troubled backgrounds. I'm saying, like, I think that's
What trouble? What kind of trouble?
The record?
a record is one.
Yeah. What kind of record? Is it drug? Is it violence?
Criminal record, disruptive behavior where you ain't even got a criminal record yet, but going to
Who's purchasing? The purchasing power? Who's paying for this? Because they ain't got no money.
no, they don't have no money.
That's a problem.
And I'm out beating the streets trying to find them.
Right. So you look right here. They don't have purchasing power. So you got to stick that in there. Who has the purchasing power? We got the pain. They easy to target and they growing.
Right.
The purchasing power is the people can they afford a costly product. We trying to be into some.
What I'm asking is, most of the people who got the problem don't have the money. There's other concerned citizens that has the money that want to help find a solution for the problem.
So maybe that ain't are they the target then?
I mean,
They probably won't be the target, they would be the beneficiaries of the target, so you probably wanna.
Are you targeting them too, or no?
They need
'Cause
to
it-
get the
'cause-
funds.
because-
If you're talking about for funding, if they're broke, they don't have it, so maybe like a, organization that help teens or.
Right, but they have a motive. They have a motive too.
Who has a motive?
They want
The
positive
beneficiary.
publicity. Exactly. They want positive publicity. You know what I'm saying? Because like, say if it's an
So
insurance company
wait a
investing-
minute. Wait, hold on. I love you, bro.
All right, no doubt. You know, you the one got me going.
I know. So it's like when I come to your page, do I have remember we talked about different landing pages. What's a landing page? A landing page can be two different landing pages. One for the organizations to look at the value, the reasons, the why, because they got the purchasing power. Then you got another one for the young bulls to come in to say, well, I need to get with this guy because blah, 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 blah. You got to cover both angles.
See, that's exactly what I was saying. I just needed you to articulate it. I couldn't.
You got to cover both. You got to cover both angles, because which one is the most important angle? The most important angle is the purchasing power.
Right.
We need stuff.
But and like I say, the people with the purchasing power, they want to benefit too. So if I got an insurance company that's investing in me helping the troubled youth, they want that publicity because more people gonna buy insurance for them because they known for helping the less fortunate or the troubled part of society.
So can I do that? Can I cover both angles by niching down more? Still servicing all of them without hitting both landing pages is the key. I'm still teaching time management. And I'm still going over the same stuff. I'm just targeting it different and I'm getting more outcome out of it. Still doing time management. Still the same thing. It's not just for everybody. So if I could cut through and get a high ticket offer, what's a high ticket offer? It's not just coaching, it's coaching coaches that's got some money. You have to figure that out and let ChatGPT figure that out, the market, the niche better, and sit on that some more. Am I niching down? Who has the personal power? Is this a good market to go into? How can I change it to niche down, more specific, to still go over time management, but I'm targeting people that's got purchasing power, that had these behavioral problems, and maybe they just teaching to some other, I don't know. Go ahead.
So, like you said, niche it down, like usually the example I just used, instead of trying to say an insurance company, niche it down to the person inside the insurance company that's making the decision. So niche it down like more
Executives, yeah. So it's like you got to type that in ChatGPT and figure that out. Right here, we talking about accessibility travel resources. If I see you doing this, I know where it came from too. I know where it came from too. How you feel about this?
I like it.
You like it a lot. You like it a lot.
Yeah.
You like it a lot. The increasing demand, it's an underserved niche. Purchasing power, loyalty potential. So it's like you gotta stick these ideas in here and see what the results is. It's gonna help you get clear on what's a high ticket offer that could be offered. It may be just getting access to you. It may not, it could be anybody with just trouble. Because it's like a mindset thing. So it may not be, it could be, y'all missed that day. I kind of talked about like limiting beliefs, mindsets, all of these things, cognitive belief patterns, and all of these things. Like, what the heck did I got to do with Photoshop? Well, it got a lot to do with it. Because what did it have to do with a side hustle? Like, as soon as you do some of this stuff, you're going to have somebody like, girl, what you got a podcast about? Ain't nobody handicapped going to be, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have stuff coming at you. What's going to keep you going and keep you focused in doing that? You still trying to figure out your niche, kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Closer.
Closer. Good.
I think it's traditional not to pay musicians.
Really?
So the hump is, how do you get people to pay for something that they think should be free? Even now with streaming and stuff, people get free music. So why would somebody pay for it?
So you're niching down to remember, right? It's like they have a pain. Remember? They got a massive pain. Right? If you come down in here, you're giving them a grand slam offer. Right? So it's like it's an offer that what they say in Godfather, I'm gonna give them an offer they can't refuse. Right? So you giving them a dream outcome and a perceived likelihood to achieve it. You're giving them time delay, right? How long is this going to take and how much effort do I need to put into this? Can I teach them how to do the violin in less time, in 21 days, right? And they'll be able to do enough to get them going, right? The likelihood that they'll be able to do it is more, right? So it's figuring out, identifying what the dream outcome is. Lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. What's the dream outcome? Lose 20 pounds. What's the decrease in time? 6 weeks. So I can learn how to do this in 6 weeks, right? So if you sticking your problem in there, it's sticking them in like, all right, I need to identify a dream outcome, right? So right here, identify a dream outcome. So I just copy that. Boom. I come back into ChatGPT. Where my chat at? Right here. I'm going to paste that in there. For people, what, learning the violin?
That's not really what I want to do.
What?
I don't
Give me what?
I don't want to.
Give it to me.
I want to play. I want to be in a group. Like in the past, I've played at weddings and events, dinners, social things. I can teach a little bit. I don't want to have a lot of students though. I don't want to do that.
Oh,
Oh, I'm already in a band.
Do you have any cards?
Hmm?
Do you have any cards?
I'll have them by the end of the week.
She don't even know what she
I
doing.
have one, 'cause
I
I
don't
have
have
an
it right.
entertainment company, so people come in a lot for like different things. So
Yeah.
violinists, might be able to help you get
Yeah,
some kids, like weddings
Go,
and.
I did my cards and pen sitting there. I finally got it done. I just have to get a pen. So I'll have it next time. Yeah. So I'm in a group, but it's a large group, so it's hard for that group to get hired, because it's just large. And, everybody in the group wants to get paid. So
How many people are in the
there
group?
are between 15 and 17 people in the group. It's a band.
It's time to cut? What time? It's time to leave?
Another 5 to 10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. Okay.
So my thing is I have to figure out what can I do on my own.
Do you have any videos of this you playing?
Yeah.
Like start uploading that, if people see that you're playing, like are you on Facebook and social media?
I'm not on Facebook.
That's gonna, you need to get on there. You need to get on like a social network and just have somebody take a picture of you playing or whatnot. We can get together and have a coffee shop. You can have a night up there, like where you do a couple solos, invite some of your friends, have people record it,
Can I come up there and give some workshops?
Yeah,
I'm talking about love and relationship stuff.
sure.
All right, so this is the thing. This is the thing. Let's circle one more time around. Is the thing is like I'm trying to find out a solution where it's sustainable and I can grow it. So if I got to be there doing the violin all the time, then I can't really grow because that's not sustainable because I got to be there. So the problem is that I got to teach here on Thursdays from 11 to 1. I can't make money in my sleep because it's not a business model where you can get access to it all the time. So that's the solution. The solution is for me is to how can I scale what I'm doing? How can I replicate myself and give a system in what I'm doing and find a market in there that I can grow without me having to be there to do it, if that makes sense. So it's like what systems can, I think like I like teaching because I'm serving a lot of people. I'm giving a lot of solutions to their problems and I want to grow that as much as possible. How can I do that? I understand the one part of performing, yeah, that's cool. But I just try to give y'all some angles to think about, and I think one of them is having a digital product. What is that digital product? Like, I think that's a viable thing to do because you are skilled in doing something, and it could be a market where people do want to learn this stuff, or what's the secrets around it. A lot of it is just like researching the market. You may never know what type of group is out there doing this type of stuff and what need they have for that. That's kind of, I just want people to open up their mind, don't be limited to just the um, the 9 to 5 type of, I don't want to say thinking, but more of on the entrepreneurship space where I'm trading my time for money type of thing. So trading your time for money, you're going to be limited, right? So how can I scale a digital product because I can quickly make a website, I can quickly make an offer, I can quickly set something up and see if somebody bite and do it a couple of times. It's not like a one size fits all. Let me try it, stick it out there, see what thing. Like the course that I got the week after next is the AI course. I know a lady who got a space. I said, hey, you want to collaborate, do something? She said, yeah, let's throw some stuff out there and see how it go. That's it. That's all I got. Saturday I'll be here. If y'all want to connect on some other ideas that I talked about, if you got questions, usually my Saturday class don't be as big as this. So usually I can get some one-on-one. If you want to work on something, you want me to look at something, I'm here to do that. If you want to follow up on something that I didn't talk about in here, like I got questions about the website, we can do that. If you want me to dig deeper into like this is the area that I'm gonna try to cover all the stuff I talked about for you guys. Like I need help in finding a niche. Then here's a niche for you. Here's the market. Here's what to stick in the ChatGPT. Here's what to come back with that, and then where we are next. So y'all have to check off like where am I trying to go next and what am I doing. I don't really give y'all a lot of homework, really all like that, and I don't really give y'all a lot of exercises. So let me know what I'm doing wrong, how can I improve, and all that stuff. Some of y'all, not all of y'all. Questions? Yes,
I might come Saturday.
please,
Well,
please.
I'm already here on Saturday.
please.
Just come over.
Questions? You need any help with anything? You was kind of quiet today. You? You good? You already know all this stuff.
I have a question.
Yes.
I went on ChatGPT and I typed in all this stuff I asked it to help me like with getting my website. So it did all this. I've
That's
never
giving
seen
you the
this.
code. That's the back end.
Right, but I'm saying, so how do I access it to see it? Like I don't even know how to get where I put this code at.
Man. You probably should type that in there. I want to say it's like a. You don't want to do it that way. You don't want to do it that way. That's like the code. Like you'll just be better off just going to Squarespace and hitting that AI button and saying create it or to write it and to do all of that.
That's what I did. I went into ChatGPT. I typed it the right way, but I guess it said I gave a lot of detailed information, and instead of it
No, I'm saying right here. Like, did you come to my Squarespace class?
Yeah.
Oh, Squarespace got an AI button. Like, I guess you would just use ChatGPT to just outline it and what to put on the website, not make it for you.
I'm saying that I created this. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I created this in ChatGPT. I can't even see what it is. This is just what it gave me. So how
I
do
know
I
that.
even see what that is?
I'm trying to avoid from going that route. Because you got to copy that and paste that inside of a doc and then name that HTML. It's just going to give you text. It's not going to give you images because that's the old school method. You have HTML, that's the hypertext language, and then you got CSS. CSS is you got a folder with images. It's kind of that language ain't going to give you no images or none of that.
So why did ChatGPT
Do
feed
that?
it back to me that way? Like any other time I type something in ChatGPT, it feeds it back and it tells me whatever. But this time it gave me this. I didn't do anything different. I may have gave more detailed information because it was asking like, what color do you want? What
That's that's the code that you'll copy and paste in there.
I know that, but what
Huh?
I'm
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
saying, why? Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just kind of giving you the bare bones of what you asked. You got to either re-question it or start a new chat or something else. Because you wanted what? Just the verbiage for the website, not the website.
Exactly, but I wanted all this stuff. It was so much stuff. I wanted to see what it gave me. So you just saying forget it. I don't want to forget it. I want to know, even if it's strenuous. You don't necessarily have to do it, but you can tell me how to do it. I want to see what it produced. Like I can't even see what it produced.
It's just gonna give you text. No. Let me see. Damn, I ain't did that in a gazillion years. It's like a notepad. So let me see.
I couldn't even believe it gave it back that way. Like I've asked it this question before. I think this was about
You ever remember notes?
yeah.
Remember notes? Well, you take that and you paste that inside of the notes. You paste that inside of the notes, and then you say that as an HTML file. Then you can open it up, but you still need a domain name. You need a hosting. It's just gonna pull up text. It ain't gonna have no images. It's probably gonna look crazy. To tell you the truth.
I don't want to pull it up just to throw it on the website. I want to put just like if you type in, just like you typing in ChatGPT, you asking it stuff. You want to see what it's telling you. You don't know if you want to use it or not. You want to see what it's telling you. I'm saying I typed it in. I can't even see what it's telling me. I don't know if I want to use it or not. I can't even see it. It does this, and at the end it says this is a simple single file HTML web page for your business. This is like at the bottom of it, whatever. I'm just curious as to what all it was, and I'm really curious because they never did it like this before. So I'm like, damn, what?
This right here, that's the footer, and inside of the footer is that text, and these dividers is the sections. So remember in my class we had sections, right? So those is the different sections, and in the sections we had blocks. So these is in there, like. You could possibly.
Put in all the specials and stuff. Like 9 a.m.
I mean, you could go in there and say, well, I don't really know HTML, right? So if I come in here and say HTML reader, I don't know. Viewer, HTML viewer. No, I never. You could probably stick it in here, and it'll probably show it over here. I'm gonna say,
think I was too detailed with my information, or it just made the website.
it probably gave you what you asked for.
And I was real detailed.
Sometimes you gotta play with it to get you. It ain't gonna give you your desired results all the time. Let me see something. All right, so I said make a website. When you tell it to make a website, it's giving you the code of the website. This is the back end of it. Again, this is not like, this is just the bare bones of it. You ain't gonna do all of this. You're gonna go to the template. That's the CSS to go with it, right? So if I take this and copy it, copy the code, bam. I come up in here, I paste that in there, bam. That's what it look like.
That's what I want. I wanted to just do that.
That's what it look like.
How it went from that side to that side.
Y'all ain't gonna. That's what it's gonna look like, but that's not the
Where did you
C.
go in and put the code at them?
I typed in HTML viewer.
That's all I want to know.
That's what HTML is. It's just the text. It's just kind of formatting it, all of that. You just gonna go in Squarespace. That's it. If y'all ain't got no more questions.
Hey, a couple weeks ago, you talked about Google Trends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, they update that on a regular basis. If I pull up Google Trends, and then I have to specify what trends I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's gonna give you what the people are searching for. It's gonna give you what people are searching for. Right. So it's like we trying to do our due diligence to find the best niches, best purchasing power, the best markets that's like less restriction in us doing it. Because there's so much information, so much stuff. There's so many reasons for me not to do it. It's resistance. There's resistance in it. So how can I find a market that's crushing it for me, easy to deliver, me to come up with a prototype real quick and test it? So it's a minimal viable product, an MVP, and you're trying to find good market fit. Everybody know everything on AI. Everybody doing everything. Everybody got a podcast. How can I come up with something quick that's going to give me some good results real quick and really get in there without having to do a lot? If I can make a website real quick without doing all of that stuff, then that's going to be easier for me to do, right? So it may just be just a quick page and saying, get with me on Zoom. I'm going to be here, pay, boom, boom, boom. You just need vehicles for them to put their credit card in there and get access to you. So when I'm posting the stuff, I'm posting stuff all the time. You see the stuff that I post. I'm just leading up to, I got a course if you want some of this stuff. It's time. Huh? No, it's over with. I'm taking 2 spots. Oh, I'm taking 2 spots in the parking lot? Okay, all right.
We need to teach you how to drive, huh?
That's it.